Get the Friendo Club set up today and get access to over 700 Going in Raw bonus episodes, our monthly Big Blue predictions challenges, and the ability to ask questions at Going in Raw. We also offer the Steven Larson comic book and exclusive Friendo Club t-shirt. Just hit join here at youtube.com/Steven Larson or go to patreon.com/Steven Larson to sign up. Hey, friendos, Steve here.
Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. On today's episode, we've got the lowdown on this week's WWE Smackdown, where we've got a bunch of little things happening. I guess we're just in the lead up to the Rumble, so
I think it's the setup phase of the storytelling process.
I think like what stands out most to me right now is without a saga story like the Bloodline, without a strong Bloodline, SmackDown definitely feels like a collection of islands. You know, it's like when tonight there was something that I thought was not meaty, but it was still significant, and that was
absolutely
Jacob Fatu's promo. Which
I think his look when Solo walks out.
Mm-hmm.
Spoke more than anything else he said tonight.
Absolutely. That segment right there. Yeah. Solo comes down and basically gets booed out of the building. Literally, he takes off his jacket and he leaves before saying a word. And Jacob Fatu staring at Solo leaving.
It was reminiscent of the looks that Solo would give Roman when Roman would show vulnerability.
Right, exactly. Like he sees him now as weak and impotent.
Yeah.
And you know, now it's time for Jacob Fatu. And this is the one thing I know you always see kind of like a visual change as well, as you've seen since the tribal the Ulafala match. The two times we've seen Solo since then, he's had a different look.
This is the only first time we've seen
Solo. I'm sorry, Jacob.
Yeah.
He has
about his Air Force Ones, right?
No, I was talking about like the baggy vest he wears.
Yeah.
But it's him and Tama Tonga, and it seems like we're gonna get Jacob Fatu kind of taking matters in his own hands. The punctuating remark tonight was, "I'm just getting started," and then of course out comes LA Knight to get started kicking his keister in. So yeah, an interesting moment, but again, not the meatiest of things. There wasn't a whole lot of meat to SmackDown tonight. The thing is, SmackDown is that it's like, hey, we got 3 hours. Let's fill it with a lot of wrestling. We're on the build to the Rumble, so we've had some declarations, and that was kind of your SmackDown.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You know, they've taken so much time for people to declare for the men's Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody declared for the women's Rumble yet?
Yeah, they had that segment on Raw with Nia Jax.
That's right.
She declared.
Has there been more than that?
Bayley said that Bayley said she was going to win tonight.
Yes.
You got to figure she's going to be declaring at some point. Did anybody else declare along with Nia during that segment? I feel like there was a bunch of people
that I
there.
Recall.
Yeah, probably not. But we did get a Charlotte Flair video.
Yes.
You got to figure. It's more like, you got to figure, you know, as opposed to people coming out. You know, these dudes, they don't need to be declaring. The women know that. They're like, you know what? I'm Bayley. I'm going to get in. I'm Charlotte Flair. I'm going to get in. They don't need to declare. You know, Drew, Punk, Seth, they don't need to declare. Nothing.
No, I don't.
They do.
They do, and I agree. I think declaring is, for the most part, unnecessary because I like the surprise. Oh, who's going to be in this match?
Yeah, I know.
You don't know until the timer goes off and there's theme hits. That being said, if you're to dedicate time for the men to declare, give us more time for the women to declare too.
Let me ask you something. Though. Because I understand what you're saying here.
Yeah.
But if the men are doing something that stinks, should the women also have to do something that stinks? Because it stinks. The declaration stinks. It's stupid. You're Drew McIntyre. Of course you can be in the Rumble.
It's part of the process, the Rumble. It happens every year. It's a tradition.
It's not a good one.
Annual tradition. Dude, a lot of traditions aren't very good. You just do them because you do them, you know?
I'm just look for the sake of argument. I'm just saying.
I understand.
I don't want more declarations, man, woman. I don't care.
I'm saying here it's less about the declaration. It's more about building up stories heading into the Rumble, because the declarations usually come and like people declare to other people because they want to be in the match because they're in it, stuff like that. That's more the issue. Is they're setting up stories for the men's Rumble, not really doing the same for the women's Rumble. That's the larger point.
So, okay, if that was the case, I kind of feel like the declaration isn't really a story, though. Like, the stories that play out in the Rumble are kind of like pre-existing stories that are going to go on past the Rumble, or stories that have some history behind them and they're going to visit
Obviously,
them during the Rumble.
The declaration is the vessel by which you introduce that story to the Rumble match.
I disagree with that. The story is what you introduce at the Rumble. You don't need a declaration.
When it comes to the Rumble, you tell, you don't show.
I'm going to say this. Declaration, no way. That's my declaration.
I'm fine with declarations.
So Larson declaration way. Steve declaration no way.
I'm declaration agnostic. I'm fine with it. I mean, I understand they exist and I understand why they exist, and I'm open to the possibility they could be good.
It's like for you, it's like a biological necessity for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel you. I understand.
Neither positive nor negative. It must be.
I understand. Disagree, but I understand. So yeah.
Anyways, Jacob Fatu, he's great. He's totally taken over a new Bloodline. That look he gave Solo.
Can you think of a time that you've given me a look like that?
Yeah.
When?
On the basketball court.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Several times. Maggie says purple phone gate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
and there's anger. There's all sorts of feelings. But more than anything, it's disappointment.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah. I've seen that look on your face, but not directed towards me because I'm fairly oblivious to that. Directed towards Hilton for sure. Specifically, that one night.
You're insistent on this thing happening.
The party. And look, we were all younger. We're all in our mid-20s.
Listen,
okay?
If I was going to get into a fight with Hilton, like, why would I deflect? Why would I lie about it if it happened?
Oh, because you think it's beneath you or something.
No.
That's definitely a Larson thing. It's definitely a Larson thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you think, oh, I'm got to be the upstanding. No.
No.
You were going to beat it. You want to get after that keister, man.
That never happened.
Oh, man. So anyways, yeah, Jacob Fatu. No, his thing was great. So basically, we'll just go ahead and start talking about Smackdown, and we'll talk about what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, I thought the episode was fine because I thought there was a lot of really good wrestling. I thought the tag match wrestling was really good.
Yeah.
I thought there was some good stuff. I thought the opening. I'm sorry, the men's tag match was really good. I thought the Bianca Naomi match. I thought there was really a lot to like there too.
Yeah.
So we'll get to everything as we move along. What happened in the episode?
Yeah.
First thing to happen was.
I'm sorry. First thing to happen. The first thing we'll talk
First thing on our agenda. So it actually all stemmed from Jimmy Uso and Carmelo.
They had a match to determine who was him.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And Carmelo Hayes brought Jim Uso to a hell of a match. But you could tell this was Carmelo bringing the match.
That was a good match though.
This was all Carmelo, man. This guy is so good. I don't know if we've had this comment before, but it sounds familiar. I just hope, because I text you, I'm like, man, this dude needs a win. He needs to get some wins. He needs to string together some wins.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to turn into Dolph 2.0. He's so fucking good making other people look good. That might hurt him in his career.
It's possible.
I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think that's going to happen because I think Triple H likes Carmelo, but man, since the draft, I mean, God, dude, it's almost been like 9 months, 8 months.
Yeah, 9 months. Yeah.
has not lived up to that placement in the draft.
And you gotta hope there's a story there to be told because of it. But I mean, he didn't get the win tonight.
Yeah, no, I've been waiting for that story for 8 months.
Yeah, I know. So before the match, Jimmy has a promo backstage. The San Diego goal is to make sure Melo stays missing. I'm proud of the Eat Man for getting title shot. Now it's time to get mine. Sorry, Melo. For you, Big Jim is him. So his music hits. He goes to the ring. Melo makes his entrance. He has a promo. He goes, hold on. Let me get this straight. Roman's go to the Rumble. Jay has a title match. What do you got? You're living the shadow of your brother who's living the shadow of Roman Reigns. You want to take shots at me? I think I'd take shots at me sitting on the bench. Lace up those shoes, Unk.
Oh, Unk.
I'm going to show you why Melo don't miss.
Unk. Yeah.
Match happened. It was really good.
Dude, this match was awesome. This match was so much fun. Hell of a way to Carmelo just brings it every single time. Unfortunately, no winner here because Bad Bloodline show up. But it's only Jacob and Tamatanga. And they end up wonking this finish. So technically, I guess Jimmy Uso gets the win because
I have noticed that when they do the graphics for DQ matches, they have the lower thirds where
sure, yeah.
They usually say no contest.
Did this say DQ tonight?
I didn't notice a lower third for this one. I'm just over the
Oh, so they're starting to shift over to if there's a wonk, nobody gets the win. It's just no contest. I think you're right about that. You mentioned that before. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to remember that for channel point predictions going forward.
That's a good point.
Because that would be a nobody's win situation.
If there's an outside attacker, maybe WWE shifting to no contest.
It seems to be the thing, yeah.
And if that's the case, nobody wins.
And nobody wins instead of DQ wins, yeah.
So anyways, Jacob Fatu hit some hip attacks on Jimmy. And then, so it's funny because Melo tried to act like he was cool with the Bloodline.
Yeah, that was funny.
And Jacob laid him out. So hopefully that'll bring Melo into some Bloodline action. Anyway, Solo comes down. He eyes Melo before getting in the ring. He gets in there. Jacob starts saying, shut the hell up when Solo is speaking. Let him speak. Solo grabs the mic, and he literally just gets booed out of the building, drops the mic, gives up, takes off his jacket, leaves through the crowd. And Fatu just gives him that look. It's on the thumbnail on the YouTube one. That's the look I got. I pulled it from there.
It's disappointment.
It is. It's like, what, this guy? Like this is my guy. This is the guy I've been sitting here. Now I look like an asshole saying I love you all this time.
Exactly, because for weeks the crowd would boo Solo, and he'd still get them to acknowledge him or tell him to.
Right. Yeah.
And now he can't even bring himself to that. But here's the thing: Solo has no legitimacy without the Ulafala.
He's got nothing but just he's got a turtleneck and a jacket, dude.
That was cool red blazer he had, though. I like that.
It's all right. I feel like he needed a different presentation with the suit, man. It just didn't look good on him. I'm just saying.
That was a sharp-looking blazer anyway. So
you know me, I'm an aesthetics guy.
I feel like
leather
in the vacuum, I'm saying, and like the blazer itself looked great.
On you, I think it looked terrific, man. I've seen you in a crushed velvet blazer before. You looked amazing.
I do have. It's red velvet at that.
Red velvet, yeah, I know. Anyways.
Jacob grabs the mic. Says, this is what it comes to, huh? This is it. Man, I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm tired of the hate. I'm tired of the envy. Envy me all you want. On my worst day, you can't touch me. He says, I give a damn if you cheer us, boo us, but one thing I will not let you do is act like I never got mine. You thought I was crazy, off the hinges. The crazy thing about the situation is I'm just getting started.
Oh, so good. I was kind of disappointed in San Diego, by the way. You can't wet Jacob Fatu. Like, I'm dying to hear this guy on the mic every time he picks it up. Yeah. I just want to know what he's going to say because I've heard his promos and he's a 10 out of 10 promo. Like the intimidation, it's just terrifying when he talks.
Yeah, the timbre of his voice.
Yeah, it's great. I give a damn if you cheers. Boo us.
I give him credit though. Once they started wedding, he adjusted his cadence a bit to not get so the crowd wasn't wetting him over his actual promo.
Yeah, no, he did not skip a beat at all. No. He wasn't shook. This guy's been doing this for too long for him to be shook. No, he's so good. So anyways, you have this like crazy aura in the ring, right? This absolute mystique with Jacob Fatu looking like an absolute just terrifying character. So what do? LA Knight.
Yeah.
Let's absolutely kill the aura with an LA Knight promo. We didn't get a promo. He comes in.
He didn't choke on his gum either.
Head full of steam, takes out Jacob, then Tama Tonga stomps out Fatu before attacking Tama. They briefly get control, though. Braun Strowman's music hits. He comes down. Tama gets caught because he tries to jump on him with the crossbody to the outside. Braun just absolutely annihilates him against the barricade.
Yeah.
And then Braun gets in there, and Fatu's ready, man. Jacob wants to go. And then and Braun like rips off his shirt. And they're about to throw hands, and Tama Tonga pulls Jacob out, and he tries to reason with him, say, hey, this is not the time or the place. And so they beat feet.
That match, though, got announced for Saturday night's main event.
Tag match?
No, Jacob versus Braun.
Oh. Okay. All right.
It's a good win for Jacob Fatu.
I thought it was going to be a good one for Carmelo, man. That didn't happen. This is a different situation, though? Give me some insurance, Larson. This is a different situation?
What do you mean it's a different situation? Jacob versus Braun?
Well, he's going to get the win here.
Jacob's going to get the win? Yeah!
Okay, all right.
It might be... What other matches are on that card? Sheamus and Braun, Gunther, and... Well, Gunther is going to have max confidence points to get the win over Jay, maybe. I don't know. No, it might be Jacob beating Braun gets max confidence points.
All right.
Might be.
Then we're going to have a contract signing also.
Exciting stuff.
Saturday night's main event is 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's nice.
It's going to slowly morph into a broadcast version of their weekly TV.
It is. It is. You notice that? Like the main event, is the main event segment going to be the contract signing?
Wow, that would be just devastating for Gunther. A contract signing main events over a world heavyweight title match.
But it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's
not. Okay.
Not at all. I hope it doesn't come to that.
I hope Jacob wins over Braun, man.
Oh, he should. Absolutely.
He should, dude. I'm saying 1,000% he should. I think he will. I think you're right. I think you're right.
I think I'm right, too. Let's talk about this Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes situation and the stipulation that might kind of be a thing. I don't know. Nick Aldis had this contract folio he's carrying around all night trying to get them to sign it, but was not interested in divulging the contents. Yeah. Neither were, Cody and Kevin Owens weren't terribly interested in signing it, much less reading it at that moment. Speculate, what's it going to be?
Oh, I thought the stipulation was just you guys have to give up your titles at the contract signing.
No, he says you will give up your titles at the contract signing, and then you'll sign the contract.
Oh, and there is an actual stipulation. Okay. Yeah. Well, wait a second. It's already Ladder War.
Yeah, I know.
Extra stipulation for Ladder War. Wow.
Maybe they'll actually call it Ladder War.
Maybe that'll be the stipulation.
This is not a ladder match. This is, in fact, a ladder war.
I don't think they could do that. Isn't that a Ring of Honor thing?
Yeah.
It's a ladder battle. I don't know. What do you think the stipulation could be? This is the one thing that bothers me about it in general. Is all this is validating Kevin Owens' fake title. He's validating it. You don't do that. If somebody's making fake claims about something, you don't then finally, because of persistence, acquiesce and be like, okay, fine, your title will be up there.
Maybe the reason they're doing that is because the title's sticking around afterwards.
Boy, don't even get me started. I would love that.
Would you buy?
No, man. No, unless I you know what? Let me retract that. Let me take that back.
A special Kevin Owens edition.
If they had a special Kevin Owens signature series, Winged Eagle, they could get me to get that. They could 1,000% get me to buy that.
All right. Bob WB Shop, make it happen.
Don't make it happen. I don't want to be spending money, but it'd probably look really good.
It will look awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The entire strap's like duct tape.
I mean, I could probably just I could buy one for $115 off eBay and then just put a bunch of duct tape on it. It'd have to be really elaborate like this CM Punk one.
Yeah. Hey, the elaborate belts doesn't seem to be KO's thing, you know?
Yeah.
like utilitarian. That's more his thing. Anyways, Steve, before we continue on with our SmackDown recap, we got some bills to pay. What do you say we get to it?
I think that's a great idea.
All right, let's get after it then. Let's take a quick break here. Get a word from our sponsor, DraftKings Pick 6. The NFL playoffs are here, Steve, the divisional round. It's this weekend, so time is running out to play DraftKings Pick 6 as the official daily fantasy sports partner of the NFL. DraftKings does fantasy sports like no one else.
And it's it's easy getting started with Pick 6. All you got to do is select 2 or more players and choose if they'll have more or less of a particular stat, like touchdowns, yardage, sacks, and more. Check this out also. DraftKings is now making it even sweeter for first-time players. New Pick 6 customers, play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits.
So win more cash on Pick 6. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app and use code RAW. That's code RAW for new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
All right, we got Bob DraftKings here to read some disclosures. Let's go ahead and take it away, Bill DraftKings.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Man, yeah, dude, imagine if the strap was like duct tape colors, like kind of silverish, but like kind of like with texture on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but the actual like winged eagle was like
Yeah.
a black metal.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Dang.
Steve would drop 500 on that. 5 bills.
Now, you know what's crazy about that one though? That one would have a replica on eBay from Pakistan, 120 easy.
Yeah.
Be no different.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of winged eagles out there. That's a very simple title.
All right.
So yeah, 120.
They'd really have to do something
over the top
with it. But then again, that's not really Kevin Owens' thing.
Yeah.
Anyways. So the show opened up. This was pretty cool with Joe and Wade walking from the backstage area talking about the history of the arena they were in near San Diego.
And then in the background, you see like Corey running up to them and then like a security guard tackles him. I'm joking. That didn't happen. That'd be hilarious.
It didn't happen. San Diego Sports Arena. And so we kick off with Rey Mysterio coming in the ring for a promo. He declares for the Rumble. He talks about winning the 2006 Royal Rumble, winning the World Heavyweight. Yeah, what?
Does this bother you?
Be more specific, please.
He said, and I hate this for him. It's not his fault. I came out of the Rumble.
I came in at number 2 and eliminated 28 other people.
I hate that. So, well, no, not that he eliminated 28 people. He because I don't think he said he eliminated. He says he outlasted 28 other people.
Yeah, he did. But what about the dude that came in at 1?
Dude, 1 and 2 is the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's the same thing.
Well,
back
I guess
then,
1 is in there a little bit longer because they make their entrance first.
For the length of an entrance, it's nothing. For the match.
Hold on, man. If the Undertaker's in there, oh, that's right, because the match doesn't start.
Because the bell. The match starts. 1 and 1 are the same people. It's the same thing. My point is this: knowing that you're booking Rey Mysterio to last the entire thing and win, why wouldn't you just make him 1?
Yeah, no.
Why wouldn't you just have him come out first?
Just mixing it up for the sake of.
Yeah. Like now this idiot has to come out and say, I started at number 2. It's the same thing as number 1.
It is the same thing as number 1.
It's very silly. Incredibly silly.
Yeah. Anyways, he says winning that was tough. This year's be tough too. Kevin Owens interrupts. He's got a shirt that says the Canadian Dream, son of a security systems technician. Kevin Owens is the best.
He is the best.
The gosh
he is
darn
the absolute best. Yeah.
And so he comes out and says, I want to apologize for interrupting you. I just heard you talk about how you're going to win the Rumble. He says, Ray, I respect you, perhaps more than anybody else back there. He says, I've had an incredible career, main event at WrestleMania with Stone Cold, won the tag titles with my then best friend, won countless titles, and now I get to stand with this championship. This is the belt all my idols held. And he talks about what a dream it would be to face Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania for that title when Rey wins the Rumble. And says, so when you win, please challenge me for my title at WrestleMania. And Rey says, yeah, you know, I'm all about challenges. I love competition. But Kevin Owens, champ, no way.
Champ, no way.
Cody is champ. Champ way for Cody. He says, if you go on to beat Cody and I win the Rumble, I'll gladly face you. And Kevin Owens says, I'm champion. I earned it. I deserved it. Cody got you brainwashed too. You got bleached blonde hair under that mask. So Ray's like, calm down. First Drew, now you're delusional. You know who you remind me of? My son Dominic. And that's when Kevin Owens loses it, takes a swing with the belt. Ray moves, sends him into the ropes, looks for a 619. Owens rolls out. So then later on, we get Ray and Aldis talking backstage. Aldis makes the match, Ray versus KO, as Cody exits the trainer's room. And he apologizes to Ray for not helping. Ray's like, hey, Kevin Owens for tonight's my problem. You take it easy, but I'll leave you something for the Rumble. And so Aldis says, take that advice. Now, what did Doc say? And Cody says, cleared, way. And then Aldis brings up that addendum to the contract. He says, I need you and Kevin to sign it. He says, I can't have what happened at Saturday Night Main Event ever happen again. There's our clue. Is Package Pile Driver banned?
That's dumb. But yeah. Well, no, but hold on a second. That just affects Kevin Owens.
Yeah, because Cody doesn't do Package Pile Driver.
What happened at Backlash can't ever happen.
No, Saturday Night Main Event.
I'm sorry. Saturday Night Lights Main Event. Can't ever happen again. So afterwards, Kevin Owens hit him with a Package Pile Driver, and so no pile drivers? No. I mean, is it like no Package Pile Driver, no Crossroads?
Well,
is he going to win with the figure four by pinning him?
No, it's a ladder match.
Oh, that's right. It's a ladder match. It's a ladder war. Okay, well, hold on a second.
What?
That's not to say he still couldn't ban the move because if Cody hits him with that, he could still climb.
Yeah. I don't know. I know. Anyways, Cody says I'll only sign that if Kevin Owens signs it. So later on.
All moves banned.
All moves banned.
All you can do is climb. That's all you're allowed to do.
So later on, Nick Aldis goes to Kevin Owens says, here, sign this. And Owens opens it and says, well, Cody hasn't signed this. And Aldis says, well, he won't till you sign it. And then Kevin Owens says, I'll sign it when he does. Plus, I have a match. I want to read this first before I sign anything, but I'm not going to do it because I'm preparing for this. What are you doing, Nick? He walks off. And then Aldis just says, well, that went well.
Yeah, Aldis is having a hard time with this 3-hour situation, isn't he?
That extra hour, man.
It really adds a lot.
33% more show.
It is, yeah.
Sorry, no, it's actually 50% more show.
That's the tipping point right there, man. That's the tipping point. Yeah.
It really is.
What match was really good.
Stipulation be?
Can't
because two things happened after Saturday Night Main Event. It was the Package Pile Driver.
Tombstone.
But also Kevin Owens ran off with the Winged Eagle.
Well, that,
Is it something like only the winner could, I don't know. If the loser runs off with a title, they're fired or something like that?
Well, I would think that it'd be more like, if somebody tries to, if there's anything if there's any physicality after the match is won. Okay, wait a second. But HBK is moderating the contract signing.
Yeah,
is there something in his history? I mean, obviously, one of the innovators of Ladder War.
Yeah.
Him and Razor Ramon.
Yeah, they had two Ladder Wars.
And the second one, they had 2 titles like this one. I don't remember there was no stipulations, though.
No.
They didn't do all that kind of stuff.
Not that I recall, no.
So.
I don't know. Anyways, Ray versus.
Oh, people are saying pull down both titles.
We have to pull down both titles.
Okay, yeah, but that doesn't make any sense, though.
Because
what happens when one guy
pulls the other? Then I said maybe the Winged Eagle's sticking around.
I'd love that.
But they already have. They already have one world title called the Undisputed title. Another one that might be the mid-card, defending the mid-card of Saturday Night Main Event, Steve.
Yeah,
you don't need another title that's a world title.
This would immediately be above the Gunther title.
It would be.
It already kind of is, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Winged Eagle title will move over to the new WWE Attitude show that they're going to put on Netflix.
Just making shit up now.
No, my sources say it's going to happen.
Oh, it's right. It's going to air before or after the relaunch of WCW.
Oh man, we have so many good ideas. Why don't they just do them all?
Anyways, Ray versus Kevin Owens was a great idea because it was a really fun match.
Yeah. It was a great idea.
It was a great idea. Finish saw Owens go for a swanton. Ray gets his knees up, falls with a 619, and then Ray's going up top. And Owens gets to his feet and stumbles into the ref. The ref stumbles into the ropes, trips up Ray. He falls off the top rope. Pop-up powerbomb by Kevin Owens. Later, he gets the win.
Oh, wow. Oops, sorry. Says Saturday Night Main Event becomes a new weekly show with the Winged Eagle as its title. Nice.
Maybe the Eagle title would be like my idea for the Universal title, defended once a year.
Well, they already have that, man. It's the Crown Royal title.
But they don't defend. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Sure. I guess it's technically vacated each year, isn't it?
Yeah, you win the title, and then
and then if you don't
get to have it.
If you don't win the next crown, you don't get to have. You get a ring. So, anyways, after the match, Kevin Owens is about to hit Ray with a package pile driver. Unfortunately, before he was about to pull that off, dumb Cody comes running down. They start brawling. And then Cody slips away from them and takes it to Kevin Owens at the announce desk. Eventually, they are... Oh, so Kevin goes up to a road case, holds his belt high, and Cody's steaming in the ring, I tell you.
Oh, he's so mad.
And then backstage, all this is with Cody. He said, "Try to be patient. Enough is enough. You're out of control and won't follow instructions. No choice. Next week at Saturday Night's Main Event, you'll relinquish your belts to hang above the ring and sign the amended contract. Since Kevin Owens doesn't trust me, and I don't know how you're doing. I can't do it though, but I know someone to moderate it.
Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels going to moderate.
San Antonio's own HBK.
Why can't this happen on SmackDown, thus guaranteeing the World Heavyweight Championship match will main event Saturday night's main event?
Do you want
it's
the
literally
honest
the
truth?
Night before?
Do you want the honest truth?
No.
Okay. I'll come up with a lie of some sort. Yeah, I don't know. I don't tell you, man. Sorry, Seth, but that world title, in this case, you're Seth. Sorry, Seth. That world title cannot main event a show. I'm sure it will. It will. Well, here's the thing. No, this is what they're going to do. In the grand tradition of Saturday Night's Main Event, back in the day, the main event was the second card, the second match on the card.
Yeah, but on the relaunch, the main event was the title match. So don't feed me that line.
What was the second match last time on Saturday Night's Main Event? Do we remember?
I'm gonna look it up. Was it 38? You said
38 or 37? Yeah, I think it was 37.
38.
37.
Oh, it is 37. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check.
Champion Loathing says back in the day it was also on at 11:30. Yeah,
it was. True. It was super late.
It was late. It was in.
It was the U.S. It was the U.S. women's U.S. title match.
There you go. That was a good main event match right there.
It was a solid main event match. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's a good chance that it's going to main event. The contract signing is going to main event.
It's probably like 60-40 right now.
In favor of a main eventing, right?
Yeah.
Because HBK's there in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And depending on the nature of the stipulation, if it's something monumental that we're not thinking of, they might have that at the end be the last thing people see and then talk about.
You know, it'd be really cool because Hogan's gonna be there.
Blech.
He comes out to shill his piss beer, and Shawn Michaels like, "Hey, remember that time I made you look like an asshole at SummerSlam?" And then he super kicks him. Hogan's down.
Starts dancing.
No, I'm sexy. Take your piss beer and get out of here.
Yeah, take your piss beer and get out of here. The main event.
Oh, wow.
Tonight's...
Hold on.
What?
Sorry. Dan Daniels wins the night. Says, is Saturday night's main event going to start with Gunther already in the ring?
Gosh. Jobber entrance for your World Heavyweight Champion, huh?
Oh, man. Hey, before we keep on going here, we did get some super chats and whatnot. If you guys are watching us, do us a favor, man. Hit that thumbs up button. It goes a long way towards helping get going and raw out in that algorithm right there.
Yeah.
Also, we've got channel memberships and a Patreon. Sort of do the same thing. Patreon for $5, the Friendo Club setup. You get access to our bonus episodes, question threads, and our Big Blue Predictions Challenge. You get the same stuff. You click join right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. New channel member, re-upped channel member, Joe B. says, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Larson, for the continual entertainment. Quick shout out to my good friend, Ollie, a police officer fighting real-life bad guys. Well, shout out to Ollie. Thank you, Ollie.
Thanks.
Hogan here. Hogan Ice here says, gifted 5 memberships.
Oh, wow.
To the community. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. Dave Matuszek, re-up for 21 months, says, Lindsay Dorado is back in WWE after appearing on an NXT house show.
Yeah, it was tonight. I think he was at the house show. Yeah,
that's cool. That's awesome. He was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler.
CX here dropped us a pretty healthy super chat. Says, how do you book Shayna Baszler for a run for any title? I think she'd be perfect for the Intercontinental Championship. I would love to see Shayna get a good run.
Yeah, I would too.
Good run with that. I think she deserves it.
I mean, she just needs to get an interesting story and win matches.
Yeah. Also, he dropped another super chat. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Stephen Randall here with the super chat says, what up, friendos? What's going on? So thank you very much for the super chats. We appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, main event of SmackDown. Bayley challenged Tiffany Stratton for that women's championship before that match. Had a couple interviews backstage. First, Bayley. This was before the show started. Empty arena interview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Byron asked her about the match. She says, sold out in my home state. That's what dreams are made of. We all dream of being in the main event. This is huge for me. Last year at this time, I just won the Rumble, then went to WrestleMania. But I don't know if I fulfilled my full potential. Always felt I was winning by the skin of my teeth, and I feel like my reign was shortchanged due to Tiffany and Nia. Reign was kind of shortchanged by lackluster creative.
Yeah, you can't really say that. I do appreciate, though, that she's like, yeah, I won at WrestleMania. I won the title, but I felt like I wasn't dominant enough in my winning. I can appreciate that.
I can, too. She continues, we've seen what Tiffany can do on Raw and SmackDown and do whatever to get to the Tiffy top. While I respect a bit of that, another part wants to beat her tonight. It's personal. So later on, Tiffany has an interview. She says, I made Tiffstory.
No, she got to stop that.
She said, I heard Bayley earlier, and she's right. She had a ton of big moments, a career of big moments, but so have I. Been here less than a year, and I won Money in the Bank, women's champion. I do have to make moments. I am that moment. You have to sit there and watch your dreams die, Bayley. It's Tiffy time. So we get entrances for that match. Bayley makes her entrance. Roxanne Perez sitting ringside. Didn't play a part in the finish of this match whatsoever.
Maybe, just her presence, because they did have a little bit of a back and forth verbally. Maybe that took Bayley out of her game a little bit. But you know what? I like it. Now they're sort of on like an even playing field to a degree. In their feud, however that's going to play out either on NXT at Vengeance Day or, on SmackDown, however that's going to play out. But Roxanne lost her title fair and square. Bayley lost her title match fair and square. So they're kind of on the same. Roxanne's got some ammunition now for Bayley. Hogan Ice, by the way, here dropped another super chat. Says, I want to be clear. The name Hogan is unrelated to the racist leather couch. Man, here's the thing. I always have to be really careful about reading the names of super chats, because if it's two kind of oddball words, you never know if somebody's trolling you and you say the words and it turns into something else. I've seen that shit happen before, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be very careful about reading anything that looks a little bit weird. So Appreciate the clarification there, Hogan.
Thank you.
Maybe he's a fan of Paul Hogan, who I believe was Crocodile Dundee.
Or the sitcom The Hogan Family.
That's where I was going to go next. The Hogan Family, classic one. You remember the name, the first name of the Hogan Family TV show?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't remember it.
I think it was Valerie's Family.
Because it was Valerie Harper at first.
Yeah.
And then she left, and Sandy Duncan took her place.
Contract negotiations. Yeah. Valerie left.
Jason Bateman was on that show.
I think he was, yeah.
Anyway, so then we got a Charlotte video package. So she's nearing a return. This was very cool. You know, it had kind of, it was very cinematic.
It was, yeah.
And I liked how at the end they had her name, full frame basically, overlaid on, I think she was on a yacht. Mm-hmm. And they lowered the opacity so it kind of bled through the image.
It looked very modern.
It did look very modern, yes.
It just looked good. It didn't look corny or silly. No. Remember when Vince was throwing those silly graphics on the show with like the Uso Penitentiary and it just looked so intern, It was like some PA did it. This looked professional and proper, classy, film nice.
Yeah.
She looked like $1 million because she is $1 million.
Yep.
So can't wait to see that. Another super chat here, blinging with Kimberly. Says, I was at NXT. Bayley signed my son's belt.
Oh, that's super
cool. That's really nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Bayley signed somebody's sign on the way to the ring tonight on SmackDown.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Otherwise, not a great night for Bayley. She took the L here. Clean.
Good match.
It was a really good match.
Good. They gave it lots of time, too. Really good match. Yeah. Nasty. Boy, that Alabama slam, that is something.
Yeah, the one tonight especially seemed rough. Mm-hmm. It was a cool counter where Bayley is going for the Rose Plant and Tiffany countered that with the cartwheel Bama slam, and then Moonsault gets the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, clean, no interference.
Yeah, man.
Yep. I mentioned the Charlotte video package. It was a non-title match. It wasn't for the tag titles, but Naomi and Bianca had a match against Nia and Candice. Which Bianca and Naomi won. Before the match, though, we see Bianca and Naomi backstage, and Naomi's talking about there's no leads on Jade. Jade tweeted.
Jade piped up on social media. She said, "You sure about that?"
Bianca says, "After last week, I hope we're good." Talking about her accidentally hitting Naomi with her braid. So that was an accident. If it wasn't for Candice, nothing would have happened. Naomi's like, no worries. We got to focus on Candice and Nia tonight. But maybe you should wrap it up. So Bianca starts, putting her hair up. In the process of trying to put her hair up, she accidentally kind of hits Naomi with it too.
Yeah, it was a cute little moment, but also
they got great chemistry.
They got terrific chemistry. But it's like, oh, is this like a small amount of discord? But in wrestling, any little thing.
Yeah. You can infer a lot. Match was really fun. This was a really fun match.
Yeah, it was. It was wildly fun. Yeah, the bit where Nia accidentally leg dropped Candice was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. In the end, Naomi pins Candice after hitting a Bubba Bomb. Naomi and Bianca get the win. We had the story for the women's U.S. title is kind of expanding out a little bit. B-Fab's involved now. We get this bit backstage where she's talking to Mia Yim. Piper walks in. She's kind of doing that Secret Service thing. Says, absolutely no threats detected.
that was so rude of her, man.
Yeah.
She comes and says, no threats detected in this room. And Michin and B-Fab are sitting right there. That was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. So Chelsea walks in and said, you should stand up and properly congratulate me. I was the first woman to defend the U.S. women's title in history. And then B-Fab calls her out and steps up to Piper and says, well, if you want to play that, I'll go talk to Nick Aldis and we can handle our problem. And you can watch your back, saying to Chelsea.
You know what I really like about B-Fab? Is that when she talks, she always comes off as so genuine. So many wrestlers come off as very actorly. Yeah. Like they're reading lines as opposed to actually saying stuff. every time she talks, it sounds really genuine, and that's something that you really kind of want in your
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah, that's. I mean, how many wrestlers and their promos have struggled to do that?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it seems effortless for her.
Mm-hmm.
Piper gets the win though. So the finish saw B-Fab send Piper back in. Then hits an apron clothesline on Chelsea, who's ringside, of course. And then Piper with a senton, and then follows with a Piper driver to get the W.
You have to appreciate too, man, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not going to complain too much about SmackDown being 3 hours, is that B-Fab wouldn't have gotten this match on a 2-hour SmackDown.
Yep.
She wouldn't have. Same could maybe be said about the Motor City Machine Guns and
It's 2 weeks in a row now that Los Garza's been on SmackDown.
Yeah. Unfortunately, didn't get to see that amazing finish of theirs. But
Well, they didn't win. That's why.
I know. As soon as I knew this match was booked, I was like, God damn it, we're not going to see that horrific finish.
But it's great. It's fantastic.
It is great.
Finisher. Right. So after the match, Chelsea and Piper are attacking B-Fab. Mia Yim comes down with the kendo stick, takes out Piper, clears the ring, and then Piper and Chelsea head up the ramp.
We had a Final Fantasy Theories with a new membership. Final Fantasy Theories here was trying to super chat. What's your question, Final Fantasy Theories? I'll see if I can read it here on the show. Blinging with Kimberly with another super chat says, one other thing, I work at the airport in Orlando. I met Jay Uso. Yeet.
Yeet.
I added the yeet. That wasn't in hers.
Oh, all right.
He gave me signed sunglasses and a shirt and FaceTime my son. Oh, my God. Your son is like the luckiest kid alive.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
That's super cool. That's awesome.
That's really great.
Speaking of Los Garza, they're backstage ahead of their match against Motor City Machine Gun. Elektra says, one win doesn't make you champions, because this is like a de facto number one contender match. Santos says, Motor City Machine Guns, former champions with reputation, but you will take that away. There's no red carpet for us, and no one is handing us respect like Motor City Machine Guns got. If you want to respect, you take it. From their hand, from their hands, I guess. That's what Legado does, Familia. Match happens.
From their throats?
That's what I thought, too.
From their throats. Oh, man, who knows? Yeah, match was a lot of fun, though.
It was.
Regardless of... I wish Los Garza got the win here. I like those guys, man. They're so much fucking fun in the ring. So is Motor City Machine Guns, don't get me wrong. But, like, Los Garza, they need a push, man. They need a push.
They do.
What?
That double power bomb, World's Strongest Slam that Angel did was pretty cool.
Wasn't that neat? Yeah, man.
Great.
What was that all about?
With Berto throwing in the Instigiri.
The completely unnecessary Instigiri.
Oh, it just adds a little extra stink to it, man.
A little extra oomph to it. Temjin Black here says, y'all making Gunther sound like he's the Rodney Dangerfield of WWE. He can't get no respect.
Yeah. So, anyways, Motor City Machine Guns get the win. They did set up, Los Garza did set up for their finisher. Sabin breaks it up. They do the suicide dive where Shelly holds the ropes. Pretty Deadly's down there. They distract the ref while, was it Sabin was rolled up? Anyways, it was a situation where Motor City Machine Guns were going for Skull and Bones. Pretty Deadly comes down to distract the ref. That gets broken up. Berto's got one member of Motor City Machine Guns rolled up, but Pretty Deadly is, even though they're trying to tell the refs go count the pin, that's just distracting the ref. And by the time Berto eventually gets mad, confronts them, Motor City Machine Guns hit Skull and Bones to get the W.
Yep.
And then later on, Pretty Deadly's backstage. DIY bumps into them, and they're not happy. Say, look at the bright side. You beat them before. And then Ciampa says, this is what Pretty Deadly said to Motor City Machine Guns. And then Ciampa says, look in the mirror. You're just happy to be here. I hate people like that. You're a joke, and everyone is laughing. You want a shot? Become men. And Johnny's like, oh, it's fine. He's this is just how he is. And then Apollo Crews walks in and says to Pretty Deadly, I tried to tell you. And then Gargano attacks Apollo Crews, throws him into a road case.
Yeah. Well, hey, he's going to get a match next week.
Yeah.
Apollo and Gargano.
That'll be a good match, too.
It'll be a good match. It'll be a good match.
Apollo needs a new partner because his partner got released. Or his contract didn't get renewed.
That's what Champ says here. He says, what is Apollo's deal? He doesn't have a partner. He's a troll now. He just walks around
Who should his partner be?
Talking shit to Pretty Deadly. Who else talks shit to Pretty Deadly?
Everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody does. Oh. You know what they should do? How about this? Street Profits, we finally get the breakup. We're like, yeah, Montez is about to go solo. Nah. He was like, look, I'm a tag specialist. Apollo, you're with me now.
Oh, wow. And then Dawkins gets the solo
Dawkins get the solo run, yeah.
Hey, Dawkins is pretty great.
Yeah, I like Dawkins.
You look at the roster here. I don't know who.
Giovanni Vinci. What?
Is that a real answer?
He ain't doing shit else. Why not?
Well, yeah, because he ain't doing shit. They don't got anything for him, seemingly.
Neither is Apollo. He gets 3 lousy lines on a 3-hour show.
He's on TV.
I'm saying so can Giovanni be.
No, they've shown no interest in having Giovanni Vinci be on TV.
Oh my God. The agenda, Larson. What is this anti-Giovanni agenda?
I want to see Giovanni Vinci on my television.
So put him with Apollo.
No, I would. They ain't gonna.
Oh, you're asking for real? Apollo ain't getting a partner.
Why is he mixing up with the tag division? Answer that question for me, smart guy.
Well, what I'm saying is you can't. Oh, no. King Smoke says it'll be Carmelo. That'd be a good tag team. But Carmelo does not need to be fucking around with the tag division. No.
No, he ain't going to be Carmelo.
You could bring Vinci in. He's like,
listen, I appreciate your advocating for Giovanni Vinci. I'm on board with that.
Good.
It ain't going to happen, brother.
Okay, well, who is somebody? I mean, if there's nobody else realistically.
Apart from Baron, has Apollo teamed with anybody else?
He used to be very friendly with Braun Breaker in NXT. Different brand, already Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, different show.
Different show.
Don't feel like that's going to
happen. Watch, dude, watch. Next week. Oh, they could bring back Dabakato. Dude, everything that I'm saying right now, like, it all makes more sense for them. Oh, Andrade.
Yeah, I was about to say Andrade. That makes sense.
I don't know what's more likely, though. Andrade, a guy who is kind of on TV-ish, but has nothing in, like, what do him and Apollo have in common?
They both ain't doing much.
As much as Apollo and Giovanni Vinci have in common.
No, Apollo's doing way more than Giovanni Vinci. Way more.
I mean, come on, man. Way more?
He's on TV.
3 lines?
Let me ask you a question, Steve. Was Giovanni Vinci in the arena tonight?
Like, dude, Rey Mysterio's doing way more than Giovanni Vinci.
Answer my question. Was Giovanni Vinci in the arena tonight?
I don't know. What did Sean Ross Sapp say about that? Ask him. He's probably on right now. He probably is there.
Was there speed taping afterwards?
Obviously, we didn't see him. Man, how are they going to... Is he... Man, he's got to be on speed, right?
He was a little while back. Yeah, I think he lost really quick there, too.
Well, every match is really quick.
No, even quick for a speed match.
Even quick for a speed match?
Yeah, man.
No. Yeah, man. I don't know.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to be proven wrong.
Well, I'm just honest to God thinking, because here's the thing. Like, yeah, Andrade's on television. See, I'd say Andrade is doing way more than Giovanni Vinci. It's the usage of the word way is my point here, Larson. Is that
saying more? No way.
I'm saying way, no way, Larson. That's my point. More, yes. He is doing more, technically, because he's on TV. But for the past 3 weeks, he's had, 30 seconds of screen time? That's not a lot, is my point. He's 30 seconds away from being Giovanni Vinci, is my point.
Yeah, I know, but those 30 seconds, every second of TV time is valuable.
That is true. We learned that from CM Punk.
Anyways, want to answer some questions?
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right. Luis here says, brand exclusive pay-per-views, yeet or no yeet?
You're a pretty firm no way on that, right?
I lean no yeet, yes.
I think if Triple H thought that it was a good idea that he could more effectively tell his stories, then I would be brand exclusive way. That being said, I don't think he would think that's the case. So I'm not a fan of it. They've got so many with the inclusions of Saturday night's main events now. They've got enough events, I think.
That's kind of in this area, this nebulous area between premium live event and TV show, Right.
So
I guess it's a bit more prestigious than TV, but it's not the
I was cracking up
show
when
you got
the
to pay
first
for.
when sort of the first couple matches sort of came together over the past 2 weeks or so. I was like, oh shit, this is just like it's a special episode of Raw.
Yeah, pretty much. Wild card finals, essentially. Joshua here says, will Kevin Owens be in discussion to be one of the greats 20 years from now?
In my book, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's up there right now in terms of wrestlers who could do it all.
Oh,
Fantastic wrestler, one of the best promos.
He'll go down as kind of like the Piper of his day. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't necessarily need, I know he has won like the big title before, but like didn't really need it to be a really effective character, although he's won tons. AJ Otani says, since WWE has pointed out the new announce tables, when do you see the first table break happening?
They say they're reinforced.
That Raw one ain't breaking.
Yeah.
Is the SmackDown one as solid as the Raw one?
I haven't noticed.
I didn't notice that. I know that the Raw one looks
it looks
like
sturdy.
a goddamn tank.
They're going to have to gimmick it so it breaks whenever they do it.
Oh, wow. Maggie asked, is it better to be the Brett or the Piper? My instinct says Piper, oddly. Piper is like universally, like nobody has any problems with Piper. People don't have problems with I misspoke. You look at Brett's career and WrestleMania 9, for example, even how he won at WrestleMania 10, going the screw job. He was publicly humiliated quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Who would you rather be, Brett or Piper?
Piper had a really successful Hollywood career.
He was in a John Carpenter movie. Yeah.
He was in that show with Jesse Ventura.
Classic. Tag team?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Jimmy Thomas here says, Penta did a destroyer on Gable on Monday while they're making a big deal of the pile driver on SmackDown. What is the difference between the two?
Oh, dude, I don't know. They have their own weird fucking...
But here's the thing. For the destroyer, your hands are free. In theory, you could get them down and help break the impact of that. With the package pile driver, your hands are pinned against your body.
Oh, I don't like that.
You can't break that fall at all.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That's the difference. Kalmiko says, would you rather have a cool finisher but with a terrible name or a terrible finisher with a cool name?
Cool finisher. Because it makes the terrible name cool.
Yeah.
What's a terrible name for a finisher? Like if the package pile driver was called, I don't know. Dude, come on. The haluva kick is pretty well liked. And the name for that is, well, actually, it's kind of a cool name, to be honest with you.
But you got something like the Rainmaker. Great name.
That's a great name.
But it's just, it's
wow, you're saying it's a terrible finish?
It often takes, not so much in AEW, New Japan often took at least more than 2, sometimes 3 or 4 for Okada to win a match with it.
Does that mean AEW wrestlers are inherently weaker?
I guess while they're in AEW, maybe.
Gabriel Medina says the FedEx driver. What if the package pile driver is called the FedEx driver?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I get that.
It would just make it seem cooler, to be honest with you.
It's like, oh, wow, whoever has that finisher got a branding deal. They're making money off that finisher.
The poop drop. It'd make me laugh.
Yeah. Zondo here says momentum on Destroyer is forward like a roll, but the package pile driver is directly down in your head. That's another aspect.
Kinda Dumb says it's hell of a kick, not haluva. Yeah, well, that's the joke.
Yeah.
Because it's spelled hell of a. Everybody calls it haluva.
It's haluva.
Haluva kick.
Diego here says, how do you guys feel about B-Fab's performance so far as a single star? I personally feel like she has an it factor that is missing in the women's division.
I agree. I absolutely 1,000% agree with that. It's just, what do they see?
Yeah.
Because you need to win. You need to like show that you can actually, you know, in the silly story of WWE, perception is kind of everything.
Yeah.
But no, man, I love everything about it. The look, the promo, man.
Presence. Yeah.
The presence. Yeah. I think she has it, dude. Kind of surprised that they waited this long to get to it. Jules here says, with the TNA and WWE partnership being announced, how far away are we from Obafemi versus Josh Alexander? I think it'll happen this summer.
I mean, it's entirely possible that Josh Alexander signs with WWE in about a month's time, too. He's a free agent.
Is that when his contract's supposed to be
mid-February, yeah. He's a free agent.
I could see that happening.
Let's see here.
Oh, here we go. Jabroni Town says, it's been established that Seth Rollins is, in fact, sorry, Seth. That being said, are there any other wrestlers who could be said, sorry, blank individuals?
Sorry, Brett.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about, you can't say that about Piper. Sorry, Brett. You could definitely say that about Brett multiple times over.
Yeah.
Oh, you get your debuting as a special enforcer referee guy? Sorry, Brett.
Sorry, Brett. Payday here says, if all wrestlers were to unionize, which 3 wrestlers would you pick to be the union representatives? Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
What I mean, are we talking about in reality or based on their characters?
Oh, man.
So in reality, it's Kevin Owens. But if it's based on their characters, that's a different question.
Based on their characters. Would Cody be a union buster?
No, but he would just manipulate everybody. And I would.
Let's see here. Oro Chamal says.
Oh, if it's based on characters, it'd be Jey Uso.
Jey Uso being a union guy?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Based on his character, yeah.
A union rep? I don't know, man. I feel like he has too much trauma from Roman, and if like he was presented with like, you know, oh, here's this elaborate contract for wrestlers, he'd do this. I'll read all that.
No, but maybe after going through the experience of the Bloodline, he understands the importance of having union protections in the workplace. So I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna be your union rep? Yeet.
Yeet. No holiday pay? No yeet.
Exactly.
There you go. Let's see here. Oro Chimal says, AEW question. We're going to end on a Death Riders question, Larson. Great way to go into the weekend.
Oh, my gosh.
Death Riders stuff is hit and mostly miss. How hurt is Eddie Kingston? At least that would be fun. He's just as crazy as Darby to beat the 5 versus 1 nonsense, maybe more believable than Darby. Do you agree? Fuck no.
I think he's training again.
He is. He's with what's his name? The Brazilian dude.
Cesar Bononi. Yeah.
Cesar Bononi. Yeah, I saw on his Instagram.
He's got a nice looking beard.
I've seen a lot of people suggest Eddie Kingston is the guy to bring down the Death Riders. I just don't see it at all in any way, shape, or form unless he had like a can of gasoline, which would actually be a really, really cool visual.
That would be.
But no, man. I don't see it.
Are you going to watch that 12-man tag match this weekend, Steve?
Fuck yeah, dude. Should I do a live watch along to it? Just that match.
You're a glutton for punishment, sure.
Yeah, maybe over at the Wrestle Juice.
Apparently, the Hangman Christopher Daniels match is really good.
Oh, shit. It was already taped.
Yeah, it was taped on Thursday.
Oh, dang.
And it apparently is Christopher Daniels' final match.
I heard about that. Yeah, he's retiring. Boy, what a hell of a career.
You got that right.
Being the higher power, being the guy that, dude, the one thing I'll never forget about Chris Daniels, because I know I had seen him at a couple indie shows way back in LA, back 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when we lived there. Well, early on when we lived there. And then we see him on the local news doing some. They were doing a report about how popular backyard wrestling had become.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen this before,
yes,
right?
Yes, I have, yeah.
I think if nothing else, we watched it on Smackdown.
Yeah, I've seen this.
And he shows up and he's all like, oh, these guys, oh, this is so bad. Meanwhile, you look, these fools are dropping like awesome moves on a fucking trampoline, like doing some really cool shit. But the fallen angel comes and he's like, oh, I'm like, come on, you're being lame right now, Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, you're trying to tell me that Christopher Daniels wasn't doing that same type of stuff?
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. Do you have any other good questions there? We don't have to.
That's kind of it.
Okay, cool. Well, anyways, Larson's obviously ready to get us started in his weekend, as are the rest of us. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. What? I said the rest of us. Me too.
No, I got a little heartburn from my froyo. It's dairy products, man. I got to tread lightly when it comes to dairy. You know me.
I know, man. I know. Anyway.
You're trying not to burp the whole show.
That's going to do it for the show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys back here on Tuesday for our Raw review.
Correct.
Till then, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.